Hi, friends. This is Karen from Case of Adventure, and this is the Countries for Kids podcast. Each week, we're going to travel to a different country and explore an exciting landmark together. Libby is your tour guide. She visits so many places with her family and wants to take you along. How would you like to visit the Matterhorn in Switzerland, the Eiffel Tower in Paris, the Sydney Opera House in Australia, or the Empire State Building in New York City? Our website is caseofadventure.com. We sell exciting country studies for homeschoolers. Each one contains a travel mystery novel to read and a fabulous adventure book filled with tons of activities to work through. In each novel, you'll experience the country through the eyes of the Grey children as they go exploring, see the sights, sample the cuisine, and solve a mystery along the way. Don't forget to download your fun activity page to go with each episode. You'll find that on caseofadventure.com/activities. Let's get started. I hope you have fun. Sit back and enjoy listening as we take you on an adventure. I'm Libby. Today, my mom and I went to a French cafe in Paris for lunch. When we stepped inside, my eyes got big because everything looked so cozy and old-fashioned. The walls were painted a soft yellow, and there were wooden shelves lined with jars of colorful spices, old books, and bottles of sparkling water. There were pictures on the walls of Paris, like the Eiffel Tower and the Seine River that hung in golden frames. The floor was made of little black and white tiles that felt cool under my feet. It smelled like fresh bread and butter and something warm and yummy from the kitchen. There were colorful flowers in little pots on the windowsills. Outside, people were sitting under big umbrellas, drinking coffee and talking. The tables were covered with red and white checkered cloths, and there were tiny candles flickering on some of them, even though it was lunchtime. The waiter wore a white apron and smiled at me when he gave me a menu. I couldn't read all the words, but I saw croque monsieur and quiche. For my lunch, I ordered the sandwich called croque monsieur. It's grilled bread with ham and melted cheese inside and a sauce on top. It was crunchy and gooey at the same time. I heard lots of French around me, like bonjour and merci from the people chatting at other tables. My mom said that French food is special because they use lots of fresh ingredients. Bread called baguette, cheese from local cows or goats, and herbs grown in gardens. They also love to take time for their meals, eat slowly, and enjoy talking with friends and family, not in a rush to get back to their work. I tried a bit of Mom's ratatouille. That's vegetables cooked slowly with herbs like thyme and rosemary and tomato. It was soft and tasted delicious. For dessert, I got a small tart with strawberries on top. The crust was crunchy and sweet, and the fruit was juicy and fresh. Mom said that French people really like their desserts to be made from fresh fruits and cream. Outside the cafe, the street was full of life. I could see tall, narrow buildings with balconies where old flower pots hung, overflowing with bright flowers. People walked by slowly, some with little dogs on leashes, others pushing strollers or carrying baguettes wrapped in paper. The cobblestone street made soft clicking sounds as the wheels of bicycles rolled over it. Down the street there was a bakery with a window full of fresh pastries, croissants, pain au chocolat, and tiny fruit tarts that looked like jewels. The smell of freshly baked bread floated out into the air, mixing with the sound of an accordion player who was playing cheerful French music just around the corner. Mom decided to buy a baguette for our dinner. It was so long It didn't fit properly into the bag, but it sure smelled amazing. Cars were small and old looking, and sometimes a scooter zipped by, making a buzzing sound. I saw more cafes with waiters carrying trays stacked with tiny espresso cups and plates loaded with delicious food. I imagined how busy they must be during lunchtime. Paris felt like I was inside a storybook. People were laughing, talking, and enjoying the sunshine and the food. And I was right in the middle of it, feeling like a real Parisian. That was Libby's little story. Now I'm going to tell you some fun facts about cafes in Paris and about French cuisine. Did you know that Paris has more than 7,000 cafes? That's almost one on every street corner. You could visit a new one every day for years if you walk far enough. In Paris, people drink tiny cups of super strong coffee called espresso. Grown ups sip it slowly, kind of how like kids savor hot chocolate. Painters like Picasso and writers like Ernest Hemingway spend lots of time in Paris in cafes, sketching, writing stories, meeting friends. They love to hang out there. In French, the word cafe means both coffee and coffee shop. So when someone says, let's go to a cafe, they might drink hot chocolate or lemonade instead of coffee, but they're quite likely to drink coffee. French kids often enjoy a croissant for breakfast in a cafe. It's delicious and cozy, and often they'll have hot chocolate with it. Many Parisians visit the same cafe every morning. It's like their second home. Even the servers usually know their orders in advance. Breakfast in France is sweet and simple. Most kids start their day with a croissant or bread with jam with hot chocolate. No eggs or bacon like in some other countries. There are 400 kinds of cheese in France. That's a different cheese for more than every day in a year. Some are creamy and soft, and others are rather smelly. The long, crusty baguette is a French favorite. People buy fresh ones every day, and it's even protected by French law. Only certain ingredients can be used. No genetically modified grain and healthy stuff. French desserts are fancy and fun. France is famous for yummy desserts like creme brulee and macarons, eclairs. They're amazing. Meals in France are social and slow. French families take their time eating together, no rushing. Lunch can last an hour or more, especially on weekends, and dinners often have more than one course. Have you heard the words bon appetit? French people often say bon appetit when they're ready to eat and they're wishing you a yummy meal. French chefs wear tall hats, and usually the taller the hat, the more experienced the chef. And lastly, many French dishes are unusual. Things like frog's legs and snails or escargot are eaten in France. The French say they're delicious, and a lot of the kids are even used to eating unusual foods. I think they're very brave. Thanks for listening to our story today. Don't forget to download your activity page on caseofadventure.com/activities. I'll see you next time.